Welcome back everyone. Now let us start problem number 36, which says consider two concentric spherical shell of radius A and B. Suppose inner one carries charge plus Q and outer one minus Q, both of them uniformly distributed over the surface. Alright, so we have two concentric spherical shells. It is problem 36, page 97. So problem says that we have two concentric circles, which is of radius A and this is of B, and it has charge Q minus Q, both are on the surface. We need to calculate the energy configuration. So using equation 45. So equation, first of all let us start with A part. Equation 45 is that one, energy is equal to epsilon naught by 2 integration over whole space d tau. So we need to calculate the energy configuration by this formula first. Alright, so what we'll do, we'll need the electric field first of all. So let us quickly calculate the E dot ds, q by epsilon naught and ds. Alright, so E is kq by r square. Alright, for electric field for a spherical surface. Alright, on which on that spherical object the charge is on the surface. Alright, so we have E as kq by r square. So let me just write quickly here. So we'll use E, but the limits, first of all let us talk about limits. The important concept is in the limits only. So as the charge is on the surface only, so that is why the will take the area to be integrated over will be only this one, having radius greater than A and less than B. Alright, we'll integrate only this part only. That will only contribute in the energy. So epsilon naught by 2 from A to B is k square q square upon r raised to power 4. What is d tau for spherical shell? 4 pi r square dr. Alright, now let us solve further. We get epsilon naught by 2, let me just focus, yes, A to B k square q square into 4 pi upon r square dr. So 4 pi and epsilon naught gives us 1 by k, so only k is left. Kq square by 2 from A to B 1 by r square dr. On integrating we get minus 1 by r, yes, and from A to B. So energy is equal to kq square upon 2 and we get 1 by A minus 1 by B. So this is the energy from equation number 45 that came when we have given two concentric spherical shells of radius A and B. Now for B part, he is saying that using equation 47, sorry. So let us just start from there. Now B part is using equation 47. I hope you can see it. Yes. So equation 47 says it is only just a more extension thus by using superposition principle. Alright, so it says w1 plus w2 plus epsilon naught e1 e2 d tau. That's simple. How that came, it is given in the book itself, so you can read it. So we have what is w1? W1 is first of all the energy that is given by this inner spherical shell. All right, and w2 is the energy given by outer spherical shell. So energy that is given by inner is kq square upon 2r, yes, kq square upon 2r. Why r? Where r is greater than a. Why greater than a? because when we are calculating energy for spherical shell, the electric field is charge is on the surface, so electric field will be only on the surface or outside the surface. All right, so we'll consider a Gaussian surface, and we have considered a greater radius, and that's all we read it in previous questions. So that's the reason why we took r greater than. If we took r somewhat here, there is no charge and electric field will be 0. So if that's why I took a Gaussian surface and and took r as its radius, the radius of that Gaussian surface. All right, so we have w2. Similarly, we have k q square upon 2 r, where r is greater than b only. All right, in this case also. Now let us solve for this part, what this part says. Let me just quickly switch the page. So let us calculate that this part only. All right, let me just focus. Yes, so we need to calculate epsilon naught e1 dot e2 d tau. What is e1? E1 is k q upon r square, and similarly e2 k q upon r square. Now putting values here, we get epsilon naught integration k square q square r raised to power 4. The same concept we did in part number A. So on cancelling, we get k q square upon integration r square dr, and in this case integration will be from b to infinity. Why b to infinity? Because when we are taking the dot product of the electric field between E1 and E2, then the charge is only left on the outer surface. All right, so the Gaussian surface that is to be considered will be outside that spherical shell, and which has radius r, and the limit will be from b, starting from b to infinity, because inside that there is no charge. Plus q and minus q will become 0 here. All right, so only this charge is left, so that is why we take b to infinity. So k q square upon minus 1 by r from b to infinity, k q square upon b. So on now putting values, we get first of all, let me write the formula w1 plus w2, and this, let me write this term as d. All right, so we have w1 was k q square upon a. I have written, instead of r, I have written a. Why? Because the energy for the spherical shell, which was inside, has radius a, and similarly for b, and I forgot to put a minus in E2 because it has charge negative. All right, so there will be a negative, and here is we have 2b plus and minus kq square upon b. Why I have used negative here? Because the outer spherical shell was negatively charged, so the electric field will be negative. Let me just focus. Yes, so net energy will be k q square common, and 1 by 2a plus 1 by 2b minus b, 1 by b 2, and we got k q square upon 1 by 2a minus 1 by 2b. So I get, I hope you can see it. Yes, so we have k q square upon 2, 1 by a minus 1 by b, which is same as the energy we got from part number A. So which proves that the energy configuration by using equation 45 and 47 is both same. And you must remember the limits, how we put the limits in this term, that is I have given name d, and how the negative sign changes I forgot to put here. So that's all for this video. See you next time.